Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Yes, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Awesome. Okay. Let's get started. Take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms really long, but keep them wide. So it's all about separating through the shoulders. Now pull halfway down, the arms are going to go by your side. Make sure you're remembering to follow up the belt. Reach. Now do a full swan dive all the way down. Relax your head. Just want to feel a nice unweighting of the upper body. Now take the hands to the floor, step back to your plank, and let's just sort of go between down dog and plank. Just warm up the arms a little bit. Lots. And now step your feet in so you're in bear pose. And just hang out here for a second. Let's take a few breaths as we draw up and in the belly. Step it back to plank. Down dog again. Nice and slow, don't be in a hurry. Make sure you can always see your arms in your peripheral vision when you're pulling through. Okay, let's step those knees into bear again. And just hold here for a few breaths. Waking up our belly. Now let's take the knees to the floor. You're going to round your back. Look at the knees. Now let's just run through a few cat cows. Kind of go at your pace. Let's do one more of each. Now coming to a neutral spine, pull in the stomach, elevate off the knees, and now you're going to come into a small bear. Sorry, a small down dog. Your heels are on the floor. Try to push the legs straight here. Now drop those knees back towards the floor, but keep them off. And right back to that small down dog. And take those knees down. Yeah. And come back to your cat cows. This time, when you arch the back, draw your hips backwards a little bit and just hold it. Probably getting a nice stretch all through the lower back and upper glutes. Now bring your shoulders over your wrists, drop into the shoulders, and your coccyx bone goes up towards the ceiling. Now let's do that again. Round the back, draw the hips back, hold for a few breaths. Nice. Come back to a neutral spine, maybe in your high plank. You're going to take your left foot, bring it up between your hands. Hold this pose. Your hips are nice and low to the floor, and your knee is over your ankle. Now let's take the hand to the inside of that foot and take that left knee and push it into the left arm. So you're activating the inner thigh muscle. Good morning. Okay, let's take that hand back to the outside, switch side. So right foot up, right hand to that inside, and push the knee into the right arm. And switch sides again. Now, this time, take the left hand to the inside of the foot, but I want you to put that right knee on the floor. Let the hips come nice and low, and maybe this knee goes out to the left a little bit. But I want you to fire both of your glutes. So activate those glutes. Now, if it's comfortable for you, but it's not about forcing, you can lower down onto the forearms and just hang out here for a second. Okay, let's take it back up. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. However you get there, try your best to make it look pretty. Okay, knee is down. This right knee is pushing a little bit out. So you're really stretching that whole inner thigh. Now, take the elbows, lower them to the floor if you have that range. If not, hang out where it feels good. Now from there, come back to your plank. Meet me in your plank. Now, while you're holding your high plank, I want you to lift your left foot up and be mindful not to have the shoulders drift backwards. And then let's do the same on the other foot. And then just keep alternating a few more times. But when you lift the foot up, let's get that leg nice and straight. Okay, let's take it to a down dog. Let's lift the left leg up this time. Keep your hips square. Now you're going to go up and down on the right foot. So heel lifts nice and high, and then drive it towards the earth. Keep the left leg working. Now let's do the same on the other foot. Right leg up and down on the left foot. Nice. Bring me back in your plank. And put the knees down on the floor. We're going to move our hips back so they're just over the heels. We're going to walk our hands to the front of the mat and separate them, the width of the mat. Now, while you pull the belly button in, try to let the armpits relax towards the floor. And the operative word is towards. Your head is off the mat. You're keeping the neck long, but you're actually working those neck muscles by keeping the head up. Okay, hands come back underneath the shoulders, so you're in your quadruped position. And no, we are not going back to bear, not to worry. Take your left hand to your left ear, and then I want you to lift that left shoulder up. Lots of upper back activation. Now take that left elbow, cross it over to the right. Sweep it back up again. Your hips are staying nice and quiet. Take the elbow, cross it, and sweep it back up. Really try to lift the shoulder. Nice. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. Right hand to right ear, right shoulder lifts. Take the elbow, cross it all the way over to the left. And let's do this a few times. You really want to stay there a little bit and make sure you're working the range that's available to you. Cross it. Let's just do it one more time. Nice. Now come on back down. Now you're coming off the knees, and we're going to walk our hands back, and you're going to meet me in a forward fold. Relax your head. We can cross the arms if you like. Let's stay here for 5 gigantic breaths. Nice. Take your hands above the knees. You're going to unhinge at the hip and come back up to standing. Hello. Big deep breath. Take the arms out, keep them wide because I want you to really try to pull apart the shoulders. Nice. Now you're going to make a fist and draw the elbows really far back. Once you've got them as far back as they're going to go, try to squeeze the elbows into each other. Hold it and give me a little hip hinge. You're not going far. You're just giving me a little bit of range. I've got small little bends in my knees. My feet are hip width apart. Now from here, straighten the arms back there. Working your triceps a little bit. And bend the arms. And straighten. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And bend and straighten. It's kind of like a kickback, but no weight. Now from here, we're going to bring the arms forward. And you're going to draw your hips back a little more. No weight in the toes. Lift your toes off the floor. Once you're really loading up your posterior chain. Hollow out the stomach. And now elevate those arms. Lift them as best you can without unhinging at the hip. And now take those elbows back. Unhinge a little bit. Hollow out the stomach, squeeze the elbows together. Now straighten those arms, spread your fingers. Really reach them. And release them. And then straighten. And release. And one more. And sweep them forward. Draw those hips back more. Elevate those arms. Now you're working the erectus spinae muscles that run along the spine. And those muscles are important because they help with our posture. And now come all the way back up, nice and tall, and arms back by your side. Draw your chin down, stand tall. Open the palms to face forward and take the hands back. Bring your chin up and turn and look left. Come back center and turn and look right. Try to pull apart those shoulders. Come back center, draw the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then come back up and other side. And if you feel tightness here, hang out. You don't need to be in a hurry. Come back. Let's do it again. Try to draw the chin in and keep the neck really long while you do this. Go to the other side. Bring the arms forward. Come back to neutral. Elevate the arms. As high as you can get them and as straight as you can get them. And then nice slow swan dive all the way down. Relax the head. Don't hold it up. Just let it dangle. If you can, you're in a straight leg. Just unweight the upper body. Maybe cross the arms if you're comfortable doing so. And breathe. Hands above the knees, unhinge at the hip, come back up to standing. Be nice. Okay, we're going to release our hip flexors. So I'm going to have you take your left foot forward and your right leg back. Let's get high on the toes on the back foot. Sweep the arms up. Try to get long through the body. So you're getting a nice stretch right through this right hip flexor. And if you feel like you have tight hips throughout your day, this is a great stretch to do when you get up out of your chair. Okay, take the arms back. Same thing, other side. Left foot goes back, and it doesn't have to go super far. All you care about is feeling that little tug in the front. So we've got our shoulders over the hips, and I'm really trying to get taller while I hold this pose. arms. Relax the arms, step your back foot in, take a big deep breath. And let's do a really slow swan dive down, nice and slow. Long spine until you can't keep it long anymore. Let the head come down, hands to the floor, step back, maybe in your plank. From your high plank position, let's lower onto the forearms, gently and gracefully, and just hold a low plank for a second. Keep the tummy pulling up and in. Now let's take the knees and put them down on the floor. And drift backwards with your toes and your knees. Drift back a little bit. I want you to find your elbows just in front of the shoulders. Stay really strong through the belly. So the more you drift backwards, the more challenging it is for your transverse abdominis muscles. But you go where you can handle it, right? As long as that tummy is going up and into the back. Now, if you're ready to amp this up, create that isometric pull of the elbows towards the knees. Feel that tightness in the belly area. Kind of embrace that feeling. So good for you. Now release that pull. Let the hips come towards the floor. So lower them down onto the floor. Come onto the tops of your feet, but keep your glutes as tight as you can get them. Super important. Don't release the glutes. Now you're going to lower the chest to the floor with your hands on either side. Your face is just looking down at the floor, but I want you to close your eyes. There's nothing to see there that's pretty. Now, while you're here, pull in the stomach. You've already got your glutes tight. Now lift up that chest. Try not to use the assistance of the hands. I want you to feel the lower back working. Back to those erectus spinae muscles. Now lower and release everything. Re-engage and lift. So you re-engage everything. You know what everything is. Your neck stays long. You're not looking up. Lower the chest, release everything. Re-engage, lift. Hands are going to come off the floor, elbows to the ceiling, tummy up and into the spine. Breathe. Feet are relaxed. And push yourself up. Pull those hips, excuse me, all the way back over the heels. Lower the armpits towards the floor. And walk your hands out a little bit more so you create a little tug of war going on here. Nice. Maybe back in your high plank, we're going to start pigeon. So I'm going to have you take your right foot behind that left hand, slowly lower the hips. Draw that back leg backwards. Come on down with nice square hips. So you're not sitting on that right cheek. Just breathe here. Okay, let's take it back up to plank. And let's switch sides. Really try to make this fabulous. Stay off that left hip. Ultimately, you want to be driving that right hip flexor towards the floor. Okay, let's bring it back up to plank. I know that felt fabulous for me. Oh my goodness. The value of a great stretch. There's nothing better. Okay, back to down dog. Hold here, 5 big breaths. This is an opportunity to really get lost here. Close your eyes, group to some music, whatever floats your boat. Sort of hang out being in front. Now step your feet in a little closer towards your hands. Drive your heels to the floor, straighten out the legs. Make sure you can still see the arms. Step in a little closer. So you're in a tiny down dog. Now step in closer. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, lift. So you're looking up over the front of the mat. Exhale, release. Fold over those front legs. Inhale, lift. And come all the way back up to standing. Flip the palms. Reach them up. Bring them to your heart. Let's lift that left knee up. Sort of get comfortable with the balance. Easiest way to balance is to pick a spot. Maybe on your floor. Just focus. Gives you an opportunity to release your mind of all thoughts and prejudices. Because you love balance work, right? Now from here, take that leg backwards, meet me in a warrior two. Go nice and slow so you maintain the balance. Really reach your back leg long. Now from here, release the hands down to the floor. You're going to open up this left hip. You're going to lift the left leg up. Bring your left hand to that hip. So now you're facing the left side of your room, also known as a half minute. Keep that back leg nice and high. If you want to take the left arm up, reach it nice and long. Take that hand back to the floor. Square your hips now. So you're lowering your left hip. Slowly, you're going to bring the hands back to your heart, and you're right back to warrior two. Now, unhinge through that right hip, come back up to standing. Nice. Right knee up. Just hold. Now, if you feel any movement in your standing foot, see if you can calm it. Start your hip hinge. Meet me in two. Try to engage all the muscles in that back leg. Release the fingers and hands to the floor. Lift that right hip up. Bring the right hand to your waist. Try to open your chest to the right side of the room. Right arm can come up, but it doesn't have to. Stay on your hip. Now take that arm back to the floor, square out those hips. So you're lowering the right side. Slowly bring the hands back to heart. Meet me in warrior two. Come back up to standing nice and slow. Nice. Big deep breath. Now hip hinge and come into a little squat. Now lower the arms down, squat lower. Bring your hands to heart. While you hold this low squat, I want you to press your hands together and rotate left. Come back square and rotate right. Push your hands into each other. You're activating muscle when you do that. Okay, hold them square. Bring them out, squat lower. Hands to the floor, step back, maybe in your plank. Lift your left foot up. Get that leg nice and long. Lift it high. Bring the left knee to the left elbow and take it back. Do the same on the right leg. Lift it up, make it long, drive it forward, step it back, maybe in your down dog. Bring your knees to the floor. Flip your feet around to the side so you're sitting down on your butt. Oh, how good does that feel? Okay, let's get our heels in the corners of our mat. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to stretch our lower back and inner thighs. So step your right foot inside. Could be by the shin, the knee, whatever feels good. Now start out with a long spine and walk forward. And then start to round and relax the head. Maybe the forearms get down to the floor. Just try to breathe into this stretch 5 times. Fill up your ribs, like feel the ribs expand. You're taking in that much air each time you breathe. You might be able to walk those hands a little further forward as you breathe into this stretch. Nice. Okay, let's take it up. Oh, that felt so good. Switch sides. Start out really tall. Walk it forward. And relax it down. Now it's all about breathing. Try to walk those hands a little further out. Okay, let's bring it up and sit back up. But this time, we're going to open our feet really wide. We're going to do the same forward fold, but wide legs, feet flexed, long spine to begin, just like before. Walk it down and round your back, relax your head. Walk it back up. Now here with our legs in the same position, we're going to do a little side body stretch for your quadratus lumborum. So I'm going to have you turn your chest to face the right leg. Stay nice and long. So you're just looking over this knee. Now you're going to walk it out down your leg. And you're going to take your right forearm and take it to the floor. Take this left arm and sweep it up towards the ceiling. Try to get it as long as you can, keeping both your sit bones on the floor. Then if you want to take it over, you can take it over. So you probably feel a lot of release through that side body. Just hang out here for a few more breaths. Try to just position your head anywhere it feels good, right? Pay attention to that when you get your body into these weird positions. We don't want to be creating stress or tension in another spot of the body. Okay, come back up. Let's turn and face this left knee. Walk it down. And when you're ready, take that left arm to the floor, sweep the right arm up. Just relax here and breathe. Maybe take the arm over, maybe not, doesn't have to. More importantly, you want to have your chest open. Come back up nice and slow. And now we're going to pull forward one more time. Just to square everything off. Walk the hands, maybe they can get out farther this time. Okay, let's take it back up. You're going to bring your legs together. We're going to shake them out. Get some good blood flow back to these hips and length of ours. Now, bending at the knee. So sit yourself forward so you have a pretty good bend in the knee. I want you to extend the arms forward. So if you look at me from the side, I have a long spine. I'm not rounding. This is not good. We don't want this. We want length through the spine, and then we want to lean back while you pull in the belly. Now, to make this a little more challenging, you raise the arms up and then lean back a little further. Don't let the stomach pop up. And lift one leg up. And then switch. You can take both feet, lift them off the floor, keep the belly pulling down. Maybe you lean back a little more. Take your gaze, look up towards your hands. Now open the arms as far back as you can and still hold the balance. And bring those arms back up. And take hold of your knees. Sit yourself back up. Your legs are going to stay bent. We're going to go down, excuse me, Pilates style. So now you get to C-curve the spine. Keep the belly pulling down. Nice and slow. Once you get there, pull your knees up and into the chest. You're going to make a little circle with your knees to massage your lower back. Keep the knees together while you do this first round. Change the direction. Now let's open the legs. Pull the knees forward. Your hands are on top of your knees. Open the knees wide and then bring them in so you're making that nice circle. and then right back out. Now switch your direction. So they come in first and then they go out. Okay, let's take the legs all the way up to the ceiling. Your arms are on the floor by your side. Open the legs nice and wide and just breathe. Now bring them back up and do that again. Open wide. Try to use the weight of the legs to bring more range to the stretch, if that makes sense. Close the legs one more time. Open. And bring those knees back into the chest. Nice job. Okay, put the feet on the floor with your legs bent. You're going to cross the right knee over the left. Slide it out, slide that left foot further out so you don't have a huge bend of the leg. And then slowly guide those knees to the right. So you're on the side of that left foot. Sweep that left arm out. 45 degrees from the bottom. Thank you very much. Does this not feel fabulous? So you're getting a nice chest stretch. If even the IT band, if it's tight, you're probably getting a nice release there. Big deep breaths. Why? Because the body just thrives on oxygen. It just does. And when it doesn't get a lot of oxygen, you lose all your energy. Create stress, it's not good. So you need to breathe. Okay, let's bring the arm in, uncross the knees, and then bring them back out. I'm going to pull both of them up into the chest again, just to recenter everything. And then take it down. We're crossing the left over the right this time. Try not to have too much of a bend in the leg. Open out to the side. Reach that arm nice and long. Just breathe. Again, adjust this stretch as you see fit, right? There's no perfect way. You feel a really good stretch somewhere. Awesome. If you don't, you got to go looking for it sometimes. Let's bring that arm in, uncross the legs, come back up with those knees coming right up towards the chest. Make a nice circle again with the knees together. Go the other way. Okay, we're going to do the figure 4 stretch just because I know a lot of us have tight hips. So why not? Left foot sits on top of the right thigh. I'd like you to keep that left foot flexed. Now, without moving the right foot yet, try to press your left knee forward, move it out. Once you have that activation going on, then come off that right foot, bring that right knee towards you, hold wherever you feel good. While the right knee pulls in, the left knee moves forward. And then release the right foot to the floor and then the left, and let's just do the same on the other side. Keep it flexed to get the activation before you pick up that left foot. So move the right knee forward. Then bring the knee in. Nice, okay. Right into a happy baby from this pose. So grab hold of the outsides of the feet, heels point up towards the ceiling, and then use your hands for your arms to pull the knees towards the floor. And let's keep our lower back down on the mat. Great job. Bring the knees together. Rock and roll forward. We're going to come up and do one more stretch before we sign off. So up onto the toes. Hang out here just for a sec. You know how good it feels. And now we're going to go into a full fold. Inhale, look up, flat back. Cross your right foot over the left and drive your hips backwards. And now fold over the legs. Try to relax your head. Keep your fingertips down there, they help you balance. And again, this might be a situation where you kind of have to wiggle around to find a good spot. Now, move your body forward, uncross, drift the hips back, switch feet. Fold over those legs once you're in position and let your head dangle. Now, look back up again, move the body forward, take that foot back so you've got your feet side by side, back to that full fold. Feel how close you can get that upper body to your legs, especially compared to the first time you did this today. Straighten out those legs, take a breath or two. Bring your hands up above the knees. You're going to inhale as you unhinge through your hips. Come back up nice and slow. Open the chest, sweep the arms back. Give me a little hip hinge, pull in the belly. Nice. Sweep the arms all the way up. And now stand tall. Get as tall as you can. Tall, 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 tall. And hands to heart. I thank you so much for your power and strength. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you.